Welcome to In the Studio on Davis Media Access. I'm Tim Gaffaney. Well, for nearly 50 years now, the Pence Gallery has been a leading light in the Davis arts community. Located in an architecturally significant building in the heart of downtown, the gallery's wide set of offerings include multiple art exhibitions throughout the year, artist-led talks, demonstrations, workshops, and tours. To tell us more about this Davis treasure, we have Natalie Nelson with us today. She's the gallery's director and curator. She has a master's in art history from USC and has worked for over 20 years in museums and nonprofit art galleries. She's also an artist and an educator herself who has taught classes for many years at the Crocker and other organizations. Natalie, welcome.
Hi, Tim. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. Well, I was hoping we could begin with sort of an overview of the Pence. And can you tell us about the mission of the gallery?
Sure. The Pence Gallery has been around as an organization since 1975, and we've actually been on the same physical site, Second and D, since then. The organization was incorporated in 1976, and it was founded by a group of Davis residents and university professors and artists who really wanted to have a local community gallery that would talk about the art and history of California. So its mission was quite broad at that point. They had one part-time staff member for many, many years. And so it was very small. The building was 770 square feet, and it was located in the formal dental office of Dr. Joe Pence. Now, Dr. Pence, when he retired, he and his wife Hazel gave the building and the property to the city of Davis. So the city of Davis was kind of wondering, what do we do with this wonderful space and location? And the Pences really wanted to have it be a place that was significant to the community where people could visit it, really a community asset. And so this group of artists was already kind of looking around and trying to find a spot. So they petitioned the city, and the city said yes. And so for many years, we lived in this kind of city-owned building. And then they tore that down in 2004, almost, 20 years ago. And in 2005, we reopened on the same spot, but with a two-story building. And now we're at, I believe it's 4,800 square feet, 3 gallery spaces, a kitchen, obviously a lot of stuff for back of house. But we've changed our mission somewhat. We are focused now on local and regional artists of California, because that's really our base of support. And we highly focus on education, whether it's for children and youth or for adults. So that's kind of our two-part manifest is education in the arts, and then doing exhibits of local and regional artists.
Right, and it struck me the sense I have from visiting myself, the gallery, and from reading some of your information online that you're not just a place to present the art of local and regional artists, but you're really sort of dedicated to developing the art. And I was wondering if you could say a little bit more about what that means, that you're interested in developing and not simply presenting.
Right. I think, being an educator, I always see that education in the arts is something we do our whole lives, whether you consider yourself a fine artist, really who's been doing this forever, or you're new in your career, or whether you just love the arts and you don't do them yourself. So we're trying to make the arts accessible. We're trying to make it interesting and understandable, and link it to people's lives. Because so oftentimes we think art is this rarefied thing that happens in these hallowed halls, but really we're a community gallery. Art is happening all around us. And so we try to be open and to share that kind of everyday magic of the arts with people around us. We really want to also just be accessible. That's something that we talk a lot about. How can we be open to people and make them feel comfortable? Just even coming into a gallery can be so intimidating sometimes. So we have a couple
Yeah.
different awards where we give emerging artists money, and we give them a show. And we also do things for young artists who are just starting out. Like we have a night market where they can sell their art. So things like that, I think, are part of our mission of just opening ourselves to new artists.
That's great. And can you give us some examples of specific educational programs then that you offer as well?
Sure. We do classes in watercolor, printmaking, figure drawing. We do a lot of kind of what you consider traditional type classes where it's multiple sessions, and mainly those are for adults. But we've also done children's programs on the weekends where kids will make projects and bring it home. We've done programs with teens before, which are more professional development for them as young artists. So we have kind of a variety of different things that we do. One thing I'm really passionate about right now is this program we have called the Healing Arts, which is about people who've experienced a loss, and could be somebody in their life that they lost, could even be a pet. And they use art to kind of delve into that loss and help them in some ways accept and recover from that loss, and really learn how to use art as a language to grieve and to connect with others over that loss. I think that's one of the most powerful things I've seen is people healing through the arts, which is something that, people now are only beginning to understand how therapeutic art can be.
Hmm. That's wonderful. And as you've made abundantly clear, the Pence is not just a place for adults. Then it's for children as well.
No, we love our kids programs. During the school year, we have a field trip program called Art Smart,
Mm.
and that's about 500 kids who come through the gallery, and they get a little tour. It's either led by me or another educator, and the kids sit down and they talk about the art. We try to get them to really connect with it and to make sense of it in their own words. So I don't like to be a talking head going like this to them. And then they
Mm.
make something inspired by those ideas. So upstairs, they're kind of the artist with a capital A, and they get to use nice quality materials and just investigate a particular theme or a process like printmaking. And it's really neat to hear those kids talk about it years later. They'll say, "Oh, I remember when I came to the Pence and made X, and my mom still has it." So that's really rewarding to me to know that it made an impact on someone.
Right, right. Well, all of these wonderful programs and initiatives you offer, of course, don't come free of charge. You
Right.
you need resources to help make all of these possible, and you have an annual art auction coming up this month. Well, in fact, I guess it's technically begun already, at least the online
Absolutely.
version of it. Could you say a little bit more about the gala in particular that I guess is happening on, let's see, September 24th? And
Yes.
tell us why people should attend this.
Absolutely. So our art auction happens every single year at this time, and it's a 3-week display of art, usually over 125 pieces. Sometimes even more. We've had upwards of 160. This year it's 122, and the works are all by local and regional artists, and they're all invited to submit one or two pieces. And so you can bid them starting at a minimum bid, so you get them at less than retail, which is kind of fun for someone who's looking for a deal. And if you come to the gala event on the 24th, you do have to purchase a ticket, but there's wonderful food and there's wine. You also get the chance to bid on select works of art called our reserve lot. And this is a group of artworks that are really exceptional. They're unique, they're entertaining, they're fun, and some of them have been in people's collections. So they've recently been kind of back on the market. So these are things people haven't seen by really well known artists. Some of the artists have been exhibiting all over the nation. So they're, kind of that caliber of artists. We don't see their work that much unless you go to the Crocker or SF MoMA. And
Yeah.
of course, our events, we're going to have, lots of socializing with artists. We'll have lots of fun things to do and talk about. And then you get the satisfaction of contributing to the Pence, with your ticket price. So tickets
Mhm,
are
mhm.
$40, and that
Okay.
includes all the bidding. and the food, the wine, we're having coffee and dessert. So it should be really fun.
And
And that's from
is it
6:30 to 9.
possible? Pardon me. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. So is it possible to participate and support the auction even if you can't attend the gala on the 24th?
Absolutely. We went to an online platform 2 years ago during the pandemic, and that allowed us to do the auction without people being able to come inside our space. We still use the online platform. So the website is www.pencegallery.cbo.io. And on that website, you can preview for free. You don't have to register, and you can see all 122 artworks and what they cost and what the minimum is and a little bit in terms of title and year. And then you can bid right now if you want. You do have to register, which is free, with a credit card. So, and you can set your maximum bid, and the computer will bid for you up to that. Like if someone outbids you at 2 a.m. on the 23rd, you're covered because you'll get that piece if it's within that price range that you set for that piece. So it can be really
Very
fun.
nice.
I always bid on 2 to 3 artworks, and I always get at least one, but you never know. So bid often, and I would say start bidding soon because we just opened on the 3rd and a couple pieces are already gone. So
Okay.
yes,
All
we
right.
have now a buy it now category where if you bid at a certain high retail price, you can snatch that piece up and no one can bid on it anymore.
Okay. Well, that's very unique. So, can you say a little bit something about what the proceeds go for then?
Sure. The proceeds go to help support our operational budget, which goes to support the 20 exhibits we do a year, which is a lot of shows. So that covers things like marketing, research, development, installation costs, staffing, obviously. We have a tiny staff. We do a lot in a year. So it's partly that. It also goes for education programs like for kids and youth, as well as adults. Part of the board's focus is always to be a free gallery. So the Pence board tries to keep us free by doing these fundraising events so that we don't have to charge an admission price or charge really expensive class fees. But in order to do that, we have to do 2 major fundraisers a year, and this is one of them.
Okay, great. Okay, and I have to ask you, you mentioned that you've purchased some things in the past yourself, participated. Are there anything that's your favorite in this auction?
Oh,
Anything
I
you've
don't
got
want to
your
tell
eye
people
on?
because I'm worried they're gonna snag it from me. No, I'm just kidding. I just was telling someone I'm gonna bid on that one ceramic piece, and then someone went in and bid on it the next day, and I'm wondering how they knew.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I am excited about there's a Maya Peoples piece, which is a drawing from the 60s. And she's just a really wonderful lady and has been making
Yeah.
art for many years. And it's a great piece that she did called Beast Cathedral. So I might bid on that. And that's an unusual piece from a collection. But there's also this ceramic bowl that I really love by Mark Gowdy is his last name. And he's from Berkeley. And it looks like it's made out of paper because the walls are so thin. And it's all
Hmm.
lavender, just this beautiful shade. And so that piece, I think I really want. But again, I don't want someone listening to this to outbid me unless they really need it. And then I'm going to have to talk to Mark
Okay.
and maybe he'll make me another one. So that makes me excited,
That's
but
wonderful.
there's so many great pieces. It just depends on what you like. We have landscapes, we have portraits, still life, abstracts. We even have jewelry and some textiles like scarves, beautiful things.
Hmm. Well, just one last question then before I let you go, and that is that, well, just in case anyone misses this auction for some reason, can't participate on the 24th or can't log in for some reason, are there other ways to support the Pence?
Absolutely. If you miss the auction and you're just busy at this time, I invite you to look on our website. There is an easy way to become a Pence member where for 1 year you can get all of our publications. We do this great quarterly newsletter. We send you special invitations for openings and different events. So that is a great way, and it starts at $65 a year that you can help support the Pence, and it's totally tax deductible. And there's different levels of membership, and with each level, of course, you get different benefits. So look on our website at pencegallery.org. But you can also just come shop in our gift shop. 50% goes to the artist who made the piece, and 50% goes to us. So our gift shop is a wonderful way to help support our creative people in the region, as well as to help the gallery keep going. So that would be great if I'd love to see you all there.
Fantastic. Well, again, the Pence Art Gallery's annual auction is online from September 3rd through the 24th, and that culminates in the Gala event on the 24th. That's Saturday, the 24th, from 6:30 to 9 at the Pence, 212 D Street in downtown Davis. And for more information, of course, visit the Pence website at pencegallery.org. Well, Natalie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you. And I just wanted to mention Second Friday Art About is this Friday from 6 to 9. You can preview for free the artworks, and you can talk to us if you're having a problem registering or need more info. So tell people to come on by.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you. And thank you to all our viewers out there for tuning in to In the Studio on Davis Media Access. I'm Tim Gaffaney.
Thanks, Tim. Bye.